I think part of you already knows. Not in the loud, certain way, just in that quiet, underneath everything kind of way. The way you've been noticing small things lately. The way a door closes, and instead of grieving it, something inside you feels relief. The way you've been waking up differently, slower, softer, like your body is finally giving itself permission to move at a different rhythm. Something in you is ready now. And maybe that surprises you, because if someone had asked you yesterday, you probably would have said, "No, I'm still tired, I'm still figuring things out." And yet, here you are, still listening, still becoming. And maybe you don't fully understand why yet. That's okay. That's actually the most honest place to begin. Not from certainty, not from having everything figured out, just from this quiet realization: I think it's time. You've been in this season longer than you expected, and you've learned things here, things you never would have chosen to learn. You've grown in ways that cost you, and not all of those costs were your choice, but still, here you are, still thinking about what comes next, still holding on to something that hasn't fully arrived yet. That isn't naivety, that's faith. And tonight, I just want to sit with you here for a moment, in this in-between space, and remind you of a few things your tired mind may have quietly forgotten along the way. Maybe this is your sign. Not a dramatic one, just this voice, this quiet moment, this feeling that something inside you is still trying to reach toward life. Before we keep going, I want you to notice something. You're here, which means some part of you still hasn't given up, and that matters more than you think. At some point, you got quiet about what you wanted. Maybe someone made you feel like you were asking for too much, or maybe life handed you enough disappointments, one after another, until hoping itself started to feel dangerous, like hope was the thing that kept hurting you. So you scaled things back. You told yourself to just be grateful for what you have, and you are. I know you are. But gratitude was never meant to mean, this is as good as life gets for me. You are allowed to want a life that feels fully yours. You are allowed to want relationships that don't leave you emotionally exhausted. You are allowed to want work that means something to you. You are allowed to want mornings that feel lighter than the ones you've been waking up to. More peace, more joy, more of the life you quietly feel you were made for. Wanting those things is not greed, it is not ingratitude, and it is not asking for too much. Sometimes, it's the quiet voice of purpose, maybe even grace, a gentle reminder that life is not done with you yet. So say this softly to yourself: I am allowed to want more. I am allowed to dream again. I am allowed to want a life that feels fully alive. Wanting more does not make me ungrateful. It means some part of me still believes in who I am becoming. And this time, let yourself mean it. I want to say something about the waiting, because you have been living through a season that felt painfully still. Like everyone around you kept moving forward while you stayed in the same place emotionally. And there were moments, maybe entire months, where you quietly wondered, did I miss my chance? Did my season come and go without me realizing it? You didn't, but I know how heavy that feeling can become. The weight of watching time pass without being able to point to what changed. The quiet heartbreak of another year that felt more like surviving than truly living. But can I tell you what may have actually been happening? You were being formed, not punished, not forgotten, not overlooked, formed. In the quiet, something inside you was becoming stronger than you realized. The endurance you built, the way you kept showing up, even when you were tired, the way you kept caring for your heart, even when it felt pointless. Those things matter more than you know. They are part of the foundation for everything voice more clearly now, and that person, the one this season shaped, may be exactly who your next chapter needs you to be. Maybe this was never delay. Maybe it was preparation. So breathe into this for a moment. The waiting was not wasted. I was being prepared. Everything I went through built something inside me that I will need for what comes next. And maybe I am more ready than I realize. I think sometimes we hear the words new beginning and we picture something dramatic, a move, a complete life overhaul, a version of ourselves that wakes up one morning completely transformed, certain, fearless, glowing, suddenly knowing exactly what to do. But that is not usually how it happens. Most new beginnings arrive quietly. They look like making coffee and opening the laptop, sending the email, walking past the room for the 100th time, and finally deciding to clean it, putting the shoes on, answering the message, booking the appointment, telling yourself, today counts too. That is how change begins, not always in the dramatic moment, but in the ordinary one, in the Monday, in the unremarkable Tuesday, where you simply decided to try again. You do not need a cinematic breakthrough. You do not need to feel ready in the way you think you're supposed to feel ready. You just need to take the step in front of you. One step. That is all a beginning has ever been. And if that step leads somewhere unexpected, that does not mean you failed. It may simply mean the path is correcting itself. That is how growth works for everyone. You are not behind. You are not too late. And you are not starting from scratch. You are starting from experience, from wisdom, from everything this life has already taught you. And that is not the same thing as starting over. So say this gently to yourself. My new beginning does not have to look a certain way. I just have to begin, one honest step, in the direction I feel called toward. That is enough. That has always been enough. Breathe for a moment. Just breathe. You've been carrying the weight of this for long enough. The wondering, the second guessing, the waiting for some outside confirmation that it's okay to want the things you want and take up the space you've been hesitant to take up. So let me tell you this now. It's okay. It is okay to want your life to feel different. It is okay to be tired of the season you've been in. It is okay to feel that quiet pull towards something more. And it is okay to not fully know what that something more looks like yet, and still move toward it anyway. You have permission, not from me, from the deeper part of yourself that has been whispering this long before you found this video tonight. The part of you that already knows, the part that knows this is not the end of your story, that something is shifting, that what felt like standing still was actually a gathering of strength, of clarity, of readiness, and maybe now that gathering is almost complete. So let this land for a moment. Something is shifting in me right now. I can feel it. I give myself full permission to begin. I release the need to wait for perfect conditions. I release the fear of beginning. I trust what is opening in front of me. And finally, I am ready. Before this ends, I want to ask you something. Tomorrow, when this feeling fades a little, when life becomes noisy again, what will your one step be? Not your entire 5-year plan, not the whole future, just one step, one email, one prayer, one walk, one application, one honest decision, something small but real. Decide now, quietly. You don't have to announce it. You don't have to explain it to anyone. Just let yourself decide. And then, when tomorrow comes, take the step. These are words for the season you are stepping into. Speak them slowly. Don't rush. rush them. Let each one arrive. I am entering a season of new things, not because I have everything figured out, but because I trust the one who does. I release the version of me that survived by staying small. That version protected me. That version carried me here, and I honor her, but I let her rest now, because I am stepping into something larger, something truer, something more aligned with who I am becoming. I am not afraid of my own potential. What if nothing has gone wrong? What if your life has simply been unfolding at the pace it needed to? I trust my timing. I trust myself more than I used to. I notice what brings life into me. I welcome what feels aligned. And gently, I release what no longer fits. I release timelines that were never truly mine. I release comparisons that were never fair to begin with. My story moves at its own pace, and my pace is right for me. I trust the closed doors. I trust the redirections. I trust even the delays I do not understand yet. Everything is working together, even this, especially this. I am becoming. I am healing. I am growing. I am not finished. And still, I am already enough. Both things can be true. I can be a work in progress and still be worthy of love exactly as I am right now. Not later, not when I finally arrive somewhere. Right now. I want to leave you with something that carried me through my own seasons. If you believe in God, the God who sees you, who counts the hairs on your head, who has known your name since before you had one, I want to remind you that this new season is not something you are creating alone. You are not building this by yourself. You are not figuring it out by yourself. You are not stepping into the unknown by yourself. There is a hand in this. There has always been a hand in this. Even in the seasons that felt most empty, the provision was there, the protection was there, the preparation was there. You just couldn't always see it from the inside. And this season will be no different. You will look back, maybe a year from now, maybe 5, and you will see the threads. You will see how the thing that seemed like a setback was actually a setup. How the door that closed made space for the one that opened. How the waiting produced exactly what the rushing would have ruined. You will see it. For now, just trust it. Say this: God is in my new season. I am not doing this alone. I am guided. I am covered. I am cared for. What is ahead of me is in better hands than mine, and I trust those hands completely. You do not need to become someone else after this. You do not need to wake up tomorrow completely transformed. You only need to remember this: the version of you that arrived here tonight, tired, careful, hopeful, uncertain, is already enough to begin, exactly as you are. So sleep if you need to, rest if you need to, be still for a while, but please, don't disappear. Because your life is still asking for you, and it does not need a perfect version of you. It does not need you fearless, or fully healed, or completely certain. It just needs your presence, your honesty, your willingness to stay, and when you're ready, take one step, just one. That is enough. Good night.